there. So
He's American as fucking an apple pie. but
there you go.
yeah, I do think he told me a story about that though. So how you guys doing?
Good. How are you, man?
Doing good, doing good. I finally I heard you guys on the Space Zebra show. And of course, me being in, I know I pushed the unsigned bands and all that too. So it's a great place for me to find, bands to put on my show. And I was impressed, man. You guys killed it. Fans love you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. So where are you guys from?
We're from Portland, Oregon.
Born and raised, all of you?
So I was born up here in Vancouver, Washington.
Okay.
Mike was born on a boat. I moved around a little bit, but yeah, always on the Pacific Northwest.
Okay. How about you, Isaac?
I'm from Portland.
Yeah.
Born and raised.
I've never been there. I've never been to Oregon at all. But I've always thought that Portland seemed like it would be a pretty cool spot.
Yeah, it's got its positives.
I like I like the rainforest aspect of it. I like
it's very green. Yeah. It rains a lot and it's very green, which is awesome.
Now, does that lead to music when there's not shit to do because it's raining all the time? You guys just sit inside and fucking make music?
Basically.
All right. So how long has Illusence been a band?
So we've been together for 4 years, almost 4.5 at this point. And so it's been a wild ride these 4 years. Yep. Say the least.
You came in at a crazy time, man. You get a year and a half or so into it, and then you get shut the fuck down.
Yep.
Yeah, that wasn't fun. We lost a lot of opportunities, actually.
Yeah.
The COVID, or the year that COVID hit, was going to be our busiest year yet, and we're still just trying to recoup.
Yeah, that sucks because that's like you said, about the time you get everything going, momentum going in the right direction, then you get the brakes fucking hit on you.
Yep.
What'd you guys do during that time? Did you take advantage of it and write? And
yeah, yep. So that's actually where our latest EP, Existence, kind of came from. So it allowed us the opportunity to really just dive into that.
Yeah.
Into the new music and really try to find a sound that we are happy with.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I know it's a sound that I'm happy with, dude. You guys,
thank you.
Thanks, man. So break it down. What's everybody? Go ahead and introduce everybody. What's everybody do, and give me a rundown for everybody.
So I'm Mike, and I play guitar, and that's about it. I also manage. We also have our own little side jobs within the band, as most bands do. I talk with a lot of promoters in the area. I manage the website for the band, kind of like the online store and things like that, and
right.
All that kind of fun stuff.
Oh yeah, that's a lot more than just guitar, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, who's next?
I'm Chase. I'm the sorry, Ducky.
No, go ahead.
I'm the vocalist.
Vocalist.
Always gotta come first. No.
That sounds like a vocalist.
Yeah, I do vocals. That's pretty much it. I just sing.
Yeah,
that's my job.
All right, get in there.
I'm Isaac. I play guitar as well and do backing vocals behind Chase. And I run a lot of our social media stuff and all that good stuff. And that's the gist of it.
Fucking social media is a job in itself.
It's a constant learning curve, that's for sure. Everything is always kind of changing, and adapting to the change has been the most difficult part.
So last time, I think was it you, Isaac, I was talking to, said you guys were working on getting your live stream stuff ready.
Oh yeah. That was down in Austin, right?
Was that you? Okay.
Yeah. That was actually me and Matt. So
okay.
Which is phenomenal. Actually, it was great meeting you down there.
Yeah. It was a fun time, man. I was glad that I got to hang out for sure.
Yeah. We are in the process. We're pretty much under contract for a full album here with our producer. So it's still in the early stages. I think we're finally getting closer to just finalizing a lot of the instrumentals and words that are going on it. And at this point, we're just kind of fine tuning everything.
So do you guys kind of write your own respective parts?
For the most part, yeah. It's for the longest time, Mike's actually been just kind of like the primary, just like riff writer, where he just kind of comes up with just like I've got this riff that's been in my brain since 2010. Like let's record this. And then it just kind of goes through the entire band. Like we really kind of pride ourselves on being able to just work very much so as like as a full unit kind of thing. So
yeah, it's a collaborative effort for sure.
Yeah, when a piece of music just like comes into the project, we all just kind of have equal say in terms of just tearing it apart, and nothing really gets passed through unless it's 4 for 4.
Well, that's good. That keeps the whole band motivated to it, and keeps them like it's their baby too. You don't want that guy feeling like he's just filling a role.
Yeah, it's a lot of fresh ideas too going through all of us. There's a lot of different kind of heads that are in play that all kind of like want the same thing. So that makes it really nice too as we're working on all new material and stuff. So everybody just kind of chips in and keeps it rolling.
Yeah, and then also our producers also actually play a pivotal role in that as well, because they kind of help put everything together. And when we're in a situation where we kind of have like a bunch of things going on, like we have like a riff or like a chorus or something like that we all really love, and we're not really sure what to do next, they kind of help guide us in the proper direction into making a riff or just a chorus or one part of a song into like a full song there too. So they're kind of like the glue that kind of holds everything, all the pieces together.
That's cool, man. When you get that team that works together like that, you got something special. It like you said, it fills in the blanks kind of.
Yeah, we're really lucky to kind of have the team around us, because there's we'd like to think that we'd be able to make it ourselves, but without having it's so easy to just get so hyper focused on one avenue that you just kind of lose picture of everything, and being able to bounce ideas off of an outside perspective really helps.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. And sounds like, with the sound that you guys are getting, that he's obviously talented and knows his shit. So that's a big plus too. Hell, I was talking to a band. I'm not gonna throw any names out, but they were getting very pivotal advice from somebody that had no business giving that advice. And man, once they came out, and they were so proud of it, and the song's good. It was better raw and uncut before this guy got a hold of it. And it was so heartbreaking to have to talk. And they knew once they got it that it was jacked up. But man, so cherish that producer.
Yeah, we do. We have a joke that basically whatever he says, it's law at this point. What he says is gospel.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and that's good. Have somebody that's going to lead you in the right direction.
Yeah.
So Austin was cool. Had a great time down there. Of course, I if I'm at a live show, I about always have a good time. But the lineup there was killer, and you guys were killing it. Do you have more shows coming up?
Well, we do actually. So this weekend, Saturday the 30th, we're actually playing down here. We're playing a kind of a local showcase, just to kind of dip our feet back into the local business. Headlining our first actual like hometown show.
Nice.
At
Monoculta. Yeah.
All right. This will probably be out a little late for that. This will air. You guys will be hitting the stage about the time this is airing.
Yeah.
No, that's all good. You said like 10 o'clock on Saturday. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna be on stage.
Yeah. That's I'll have the video on YouTube, so you'll be able to check it out later. But won't do a whole lot of good plugging that show.
That's all good.
But no, I was super impressed with your show, man. Your live show. I'm all about live show, man. And energy is huge for me. When I go to a show, I like the band to pump me up. And that's one thing that you guys did. So I'm hoping that translate when you do your live stuff for Space Zebra.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we actually I think it did. So because we just
did you do your live for Space Zebra already?
Yeah.
We're waiting for the video to hit the I guess the VOD section or just the
Yeah,
video
yeah.
section at this point. But that happened on Thursday.
Thursday, yeah, last Thursday.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
traveling. That's why I missed it.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
So it's
Dude, those are brutal for me, man. I got so many friends and so many bands that are tied up in this, and
Yeah,
it's brutal. It is so brutal for me. I know it's a piddly ass complaint to have that I'm friends with all.
that's a good problem to have, man.
it's
But it does though. It's like, man, I've got my bands I work for personally. I'm tour manager for Saturate and Seasons, so I always make sure I plug them. But then I got all my friends, and it's just it gets rough, dude.
yeah.
Yeah. What's the biggest show you guys have played so far?
Well, and before the pandemic, we ended up opening for probably like our first actual like big show was opening for North Lane era Currents in Crystal Lake when they were doing their like Alien headline tour. And that was the biggest venue and biggest show we for sure have played. That was kind of like an eye-opener of like, hey, this is like what we kind of want to do and make a career out of after being able to be on a stage like that in front of like an actual sold out venue instead of coming back from bar shows and stuff, which are always fun, but like that was the most adrenaline I think all of us have ever had after a show was being able to be on stage with those guys. So
yeah, there's something about that really kind of will either scare you away from it or make you crave it.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, and then you get hit with shutdown right after that, man. That's got to be a bitch.
Because we had some other big shows lined up too, like right around the pandemic. We were gonna play a show at Crystal Ballroom with Bad Omens and Thousand Below, and that happened. Like that show was 4 days out before everything kind of just shut down on a national level. So we had we had sold all of our pre-sales. We were getting everybody hyped up even on like a Tuesday night that show was on, and just to have it just ripped away like that quick and then not knowing whenever it was going to come back was a huge blow. And that's really what started that whole for everybody, the whole pandemic, and it screwed everybody's plans up. But that was a huge just blow that we all kind of took, and we're like, well, now what?
Have you guys seen? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just saying, while that was a huge blow for everyone, losing out on a big show like that with a lot of really big bands that we all love and respect. One of the other bands on that bill, or I think the headliner was Oh Sleeper, who that band basically got me into the whole metal and metalcore scene. I think I could say that for everyone, but with that being such a negative, it also, kind of turned into a positive, because then it kind of, we kind of had to pivot a little bit, because, we're focused on like live shows and like getting out there and stuff like that. And when you can't focus on the live shows, we then started focusing on writing, on getting our record moving forward. And, that like downtime, I guess, where there weren't any live shows, really helped us kind of grow and make our sound evolve, and gave us more time to really work and hone our craft and get better at our each respective instrument, whether it's vocals or guitar, drums, whatever. So, while there's a huge negative, it did end up turning into a positive as well, at least for us.
Oh yeah, that's exactly the answer to the question I was going to ask you. Did you find it? Did you find that silver lining to the shutdown? And when you do that and you get something that's, I would almost say tangible. I mean, you got music from it. It's, I don't know, tangible might not be the word, but you get something real that you can share with people in a productive way out of it. Then fuck yeah, I get kind of disappointed with these bands that wasted their time during shutdown and spend that time to learn a fucking cover song. I mean, it just seems crazy as fuck to me. But that's just my personal little thing.
Yeah. We all were really able to utilize a lot of just because of how long it lasted. Like there would be no point of us just sitting around waiting for things to happen. We all took it even on a personal level just to improve at our instruments. There's always something that you can learn, and work, just taking the extra time to work on that, solidify our craft. And like Mike said, working on the music, all the rewrites, all the stuff we've learned working with our producer and stuff to be able to produce something that was a much better sound that we're all a lot happier with, was kind of the main point of all of it. But also just, again, personally, like being able to work on vocals, being able to work on guitars, all that kind of stuff was the biggest thing too, that we were able to just really perfect.
Now, did you guys have music like at home growing up? Did you come from musical families, radio playing all the time, or is it something you guys picked up on your own? Or
Yeah, so my I grew up on Elton John constantly. That was my mom's favorite artist.
Yeah.
Growing up, so the amount of car rides just going through his entire discography was amazing. And I grew up just doing like the performing arts. So like I've always been on stage, whether it's acting or singing and acting, and choir, band. I mean, I play the alto sax. So that's,
oh yeah. You ever think of bringing shit like that to the band?
Hey, he rips on the sax, man. He does.
Does he? I'm kind of want to hear it sometime now, man. You're going to have to send me a video.
oh man.
Careless Whisper.
Yep.
Of course.
I'll shed a tear to Careless Whisper on the album.
Well, all right. Yeah, it sounds like I'll start practicing that again.
Yeah. Hey, man, if Michael can bring the accordion to Sunflower Dead, then you can do the same with the alto sax.
An accordion, that is badass.
It's the most metal way I've ever seen an accordion. Short of beating somebody with it, it's the most metal way I've ever seen an accordion used.
That's
It's
awesome.
really hard to sing and play the saxophone at the same time.
Yeah, true enough. You have to do for a breakdown maybe, or
Yeah.
alto sax breakdown.
That's a good idea. I like that idea.
Oh yeah.
We'll see what we can do.
Where there's a will, there's a
I was
way,
not
my
yet,
friend.
So.
So
all joking aside though, you know, if we were to bring in the sax into our music, Chase is definitely one dude who could make it work, because kind of going back to the whole like writing thing and a collaborative effort, you know, Chase is like a music master. And like if I ask this guy anything, because I've never, you know, kind of grown up, I've never been trained in, you know, like music theory and stuff like that. So I bounce a lot of things off Chase, but this guy, like, he has an answer for literally everything, and he directs a lot of everything that's going on musically.
yeah, that's cool to have. Look over here, he's like shaking his head.
He's gonna deny it, but it's definitely true. Like Chase
The
is
other two were saying so I'm inclined to believe him.
yeah, he's got the background. He just straight up told you growing up he's been with music forever, so
Yeah.
he's our go-to.
That's cool though, and that does help out a lot, especially if you have, you know, there's a lot of little intricacies to it that you know, you can sour a song pretty quick if you don't, you know, keep to the formula.
Oh yeah, finding that formula is the hard part. Trying to figure out, like, I mean, I've been writing songs since I was like 10, 11. Like, I remember a really fond memory I have is pulling my sister like into my room and just being like, hey, so I wrote this song, and it was like over the melody of like some like pop song or whatever, and just going through tearing all the lyrics apart and really getting my first experience of being told, this needs some work.
Oh yeah. Well, that's cool though. I mean, it clearly has stuck with you this long, so it's made an impact on you.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. Yeah. What about you, Isaac?
Growing up, I always was a fan of music. Like I grew up with my parents basically just blasting like classic rock. So I got heavy into like Led Zeppelin and stuff like that, and always made me want to learn how to play guitar, but I never really stuck with it. I always kind of like, I took lessons for about like 6 months when I was like 18, and then stopped playing for like 5 or 6 years basically until I started wanting to play guitar again in this band after playing bass for a little bit and doing backup vocals. So this is technically my first band, so I kind of missed out on all the like high school band stuff, and I've been working hard to play catch up on everything. But other than that, like I always just grew up liking like a lot of rock, and then my sister started getting into metal and stuff, and kind of just grew from there and started like digging metalcore and stuff in high school. And I was like, dude, I would love to be able to like scream like those dudes do, or play guitar, just play stupid chug patterns on guitar. But I like took forever for me to finally get into doing that stuff. So I've been taking lessons for like the last 4 years now, and it's been a grind to catch up. But other than that, like just been always a fan of music, and now it feels good to actually be able to like kind of create something with these guys.
Looks like you got a good group to do it with.
Yeah, it's been nice.
The thing that I kind of want to add to Isaac's comment there, he's kind of like downplaying his whole thing a little bit, his side of things, because you know, he, like he was saying, he started out on bass, and he, you know, switched over to guitar, and you know, he didn't have a whole lot of experience, but in a very short amount of time, like this dude literally practices every single day, like even to this day. And he took that new guitar role in the band and he took it seriously. And I'll tell you right now, he legitimately rips on guitar. Yeah. Like the stuff that, like when I was learning guitar, the stuff that he picked up so freaking fast, like took me months.
Yeah, piss you off, doesn't it?
Matter of weeks. And this guy rips.
Hell yeah, you're like the hype man of the band.
Mike's the band's sweetheart. He keeps us all together.
He's just downplaying his own skill level. He didn't really give a good explanation. I had to help you out. Sorry, Ducky.
That's all right.
I love it, dude. I love it. So how about you, man, Mr. Hype Man?
Yeah. So growing up, I always you know, I always really like listening to the kind of like the old classic rock stuff, like my dad listened to when he was younger, you know, like AC/DC, you know, Led Zeppelin again. And then the big one for me was my dad showed me a bunch of stuff from Jimi Hendrix, actually. And I was like, oh man, I want to learn how to play guitar like this guy, because I'd be watching videos and like listening to all of his songs and being like, holy crap, like how do I make
how do I make noise?
Like it sounds so good. And I remember you know, my mom was always musical. She's always playing the piano and stuff like that. And I really liked the melodies of things and everything like that, which really led me to guitar. So my parents ended up buying me my first ever guitar as a Fender Stratocaster. And from then on, I started learning, like, you know, the basics, like Smoke on the Water. And, you know, I went to like Purple Haze and stuff, and that was like the coolest riff ever, that I was like, look what I can play. But you know, and then like growing up, I was always playing guitar, and then I kind of stopped for a while because I was, you know, kind of pivoted to different things. And then I kind of came back to it, and you know, we started taking it seriously. And then I remember this dude from high school. I'm like, hey, I think he could still sing. I wonder if this guy's still alive. And we kind of all came together, and you know, we wanted to make a project out of it. And we were kind of just like messing around at first, and then we're like, hey, we got a good group of people, we can actually do something here, you know. So kind of where we're at now.
Oh yeah, and it look, like I said, it looks like you guys are picking up speed, and you're definitely picking up a fan base. So if I can keep on keeping on, guys.
Appreciate that.
All right, before we cut you loose and get all your plugs and all that stuff, I had it was a horrible idea. It was a joke, but I thought that Rob Schneider was going to be at a music festival one time, and it just kind of, I had this flash of, man, I should just bitch smack Rob Schneider one time. Then every time I heard you can do it, I could like tap my buddy and be like, I'm yeah. But then I got thinking, there is no glory in bitch smacking Rob Schneider, right? So I started thinking about what celebrity I would bitch smack, and you know, street cred, all that shit, you know, all that goes into it. And I came up with The Rock. I always use Mike Tyson. He just got fucked up. I always use Mike Tyson as an example I would not use, but The Rock seemed like a great one because I think, one, street cred for days.
Yeah.
I think he's smart enough and has enough to lose that he wouldn't beat me to death. But he would smack the shit out of me. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I can take The Rock at all. But I think that whenever you balance it out, I think that The Rock's where I'm at. Who would you guys bitch smack if you could bitch smack somebody?
Oh man.
Oh, geez.
Uh-huh.
um,
Everybody out there.
shit, there's a lot of people.
That's
as far as-
that's really an acceptable answer. I should almost just let it go with that. So many people.
Sheesh. I mean, most recently it's got to be, I don't know if he's a celebrity, but I feel like he's on a big enough, like he's got a one-hit wonder. The dude, the front man for Trapped, like a complete asshole to
I
like
think that's
everybody in the
that's
fucking
collective around the
scene.
music industry, I think.
So it's like, I mean, that might be a super cliche answer, but that's the first dude that comes to mind right now.
You guys got anybody? The hype man just loves everybody. I can't see my kid.
Yeah, he wouldn't harm a fly.
I can't see it. And I wouldn't really either. This is all just in jest.
Yeah, no.
I'm sure it's like not The Rock. I'm really, and if it was serious, I would a lot more like this.
You had some long nights just sitting there thinking about, yeah, but could I get away with this?
Yeah.
I travel a lot. I start thinking about legal ramifications. You know, I standing in front of a judge after you smack Rob Schneider is going to be a little bit of a bitch, where the judge is going to look at The Rock and look at me and, you know, my missing teeth and face, and then probably let me go. But I don't know. We'll let that one go. I need to reassess that one.
No, you're fine. It's just I've just never thought about it. That's a phenomenal question. I don't have
it is. Answer. It's the last random ass question I had was for Blake and Awaken the Giant, and I called him at like 3 a.m. to ask if he was going to mess with a chick, you know, go back to her place and fool around. How many cats are too many cats for him to get the fuck out? You know, his was like 10, ridiculous, but it's 10, yeah. Mine was 2 is tops. More, and 2, that's pushing it. This bitch that I was talking about had 7 cats.
Jeez.
7.
Would die.
Yeah,
he's allergic.
Yeah, Jason's allergic to cats, so like the limit would probably be 1 for.
That's where it should be. I'm not a cat person either. I love dogs, but cats just, I don't know. There's something weird about them sticking their butthole up when you pet them. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like it.
Yeah, that's fair. It's
all right.
It's got to be 1 for me.
Yeah. I'd imagine so. So, social media. Where are you guys at on social media? YouTube, all that. How do they find you?
Oh yeah, for sure. We got everything posted at illusenceofficial.com. That's going to be the best, just kind of like home base to grab all of our links and everything. But you can always hit us up on Facebook, YouTube. Just search Illusence on anything and everything. We did our best to try to find a name that we could own. So type that into Google and it will come up.
Yeah.
And the Instagram handle is Illusence Band, but yeah, everything else is just Illusence. Thankfully, since it's a made up word, there's nothing really else out there.
That's a difficult thing in naming a band. If you Google Mayhem Jesus, you'll find me and you'll find David Koresh, the Waco fucking guy.
Oh shit.
I don't know what that says about my little name here, but yeah.
Hey.
Right. On that note, all right, guys. Hey, I appreciate you taking some time to talk to me. I will keep plugging your stuff on Rock Rage and everywhere else, man. I'm hoping to see you guys on the road again soon.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll share this on our socials as well.
Right on. Yeah, it'll be Aaron when you guys are on stage, but I'll make sure that you guys are tagged and everything.
After that in May, we got another show lined up with our boys in Enoch's, Smile on the Center, Hybric Stare, and Vile Gloom.
Yeah,
that's going to be May 25th, also at Mano Occulta.
Oh yeah.
So we're trying to fill our books as much as possible before we head back east to record. All
right, where do you record at?
So our producer is Ricky Armelino from Hawk and Ice Nine Hills, and so we head down to his studio over in Pennsylvania to actually record. So it's a bit of a trek for us, but it's worth it. It's so worth it.
Yeah. When are you going there? I'm going to be in that area off and on the next few months.
When the album gets done, if we can, the way that we like to work is we try to make sure we have a really good solid idea of kind of what everything's going to sound like. We have our song choices. That way we're not really wasting anybody's time when we do hit the studio. A lot of the we've got a great relationship with Ricky that kind of allows us to do just bounce ideas back and forth pretty constantly. I mean, it could be, I'll have a vocal idea at 4 o'clock in the morning over here. I'll shoot it over to him via text, and he'll be like, "Yep, write that one down because we're doing that." And then all of a sudden, by that evening, we've got like at least the chorus of the song done.
Oh yeah.
And so we kind of have the luxury of being able to have that studio like hive mind. Even like while we're remote, just working.
Right. That's another silver lining to COVID, man. This stuff has all become way more regular, and it's platforms have been built for it. So it's I guess there's good in it all. Well, hey man, you guys take it easy. I will let you go. I'll definitely be in touch, and have a good show.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Thank you.
Later on, guys.
Bye.
All right. Hey, now before you actually go,
Yes.
I'll cut it off. And can I get just like a shout out? Let's shout out. I can say your names, the band, and you're hanging with Mayhem Jesus.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Mike from Illusence. I'm hanging out with Mayhem Jesus. That work?
That works.
Well,
How about you say we?
How about where?
How about we're?
Okay,
How about everybody does their name like?
I'm the lead guitarist. I get to do what I want.
How about it goes like, "What's up? I'm Isaac. I'm Mike. I'm Chase. We're from Illusence, and we're hanging out with Mayhem Jesus."
Yeah.
Something like that.
Am I starting it off then?
Go for it.
All right. Hey, everybody. I'm Isaac.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Chase, and we're from Illusence, and we're out here hanging out with Mayhem Jesus.
That's fucking money right there, boys.
All
All right. Well, hey, it was a pleasure talking with you guys a little bit. And like I said, I'll be in touch, and I'll see you guys out there on the road for sure.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
So much.
Thank you, man.
No problem. Later on.
See ya.